Hello and welcome to this setup tutorial for the board game Pendulum. If you'd also like to know how to play it, then I have a separate video for that. First, let's get it ready on the table. I'll be setting it up for 3 players. Start by placing the game board in the middle of all players. Since I'm setting it up for 3, I use the side that shows in the bottom right corner that this is the one to use for when you're up to 3 people. The other side is for more players. Really make sure that every single player can reach any part of the board easily, because in this game that's quite important. We can already put out 2 things on it. First, you have this deck of cards. Shuffle it. When you're ready, place it face down on this space that shows the same artwork. Flip over the top card and place that face up under the deck. If you're with 4 or 5 players, you take out this heavy silver token, place it right in the middle of that card that you just flipped over. In case you're with fewer than 4 players, you leave the silver token next to the game board. One other deck of cards that goes on the board. These ones. The square cards with a map on them. Shuffle the deck. When you're ready, place it face down here. Flip over the top 4 cards. They can go face up on the 4 spaces next to the deck. The game board is done for now. But there's another board, this smaller one. That can go somewhere to the side. But there's a special deck of cards for this board as well. This one, that also shows the same artwork. First, take out the card with the yellow back, this one. That can go face up on the space that shows exactly the same, here. Next, take out the 5 cards with the red back, shuffle them, and then place them face down on the top left space. And finally, shuffle all the cards with the blue back. But before you place them, remove 10 cards from the game. They can go back in the box. You won't use them. The rest of this deck can go on top of the red ones. And finish it by flipping over the top 5 cards and putting them face up on the rest of these spaces on this board. There's an even smaller board, this one, but that's for information on what to do with this when the time comes. Just place it next to it. Alright, let's take out all the things for the players. I can already tell you now, it's going to be a lot. Start with picking a color. I'll pick green, so I get all the items in that color. I've got 5 green workers, 2 big ones and 3 smaller ones. One of everyone's big worker can go here by this board. You have to earn that one when you're playing the game. I also have this little green pillar, and finally this flat green token. Let's use this one immediately. Decide who gets to be the first player. For now, that'll be me, so my token can go at the top of this track next to the big deck of cards. And going clockwise around the table, the other players place their token on spot 2 and 3. Everyone also gets one of these information cards. Just put it somewhere near you. We're not done yet. There's much more. Take out these character boards. Mix them up. And then deal them out randomly to each player. I get this lovely lady. This is my player mat. That goes right in front of me. The characters that didn't get picked can go back in the box. Each player mat has two sides. One is easy and one is advanced. The advanced side will have that written at the bottom, here. For my character, the easy side is this one that shows this lightning here. There are some cards with this same lightning on it. That means they're specifically for this character and this side of the mat. So they're for me. I'll keep them with me next to my player mat. And I also have this card with my character's name on it and with my own special ability on it. But that's only if I use the advanced side. So this goes back in the box because I'm using the basic side. I can now already place two of my green workers on my player mat. As you can see, it's one big one and one small one. They go here. The other two smaller workers stay next to the mat. I have to earn them during the game. Almost there. What comes next is exactly the same for each player. Everyone gets 10 blue cubes, 10 red cubes, and 10 yellow cubes. Every player also gets one red marker that can go all the way on the left side of the red track on everyone's player mat. Same goes for the blue marker and also for the yellow marker. Everyone puts their markers there. You also have a gray marker. That goes also all the way to the left, but that just happens to be here. Everyone also gets 10 of these lilac square tokens. Keep them next to your mat. And 2 of these tokens with the number 10 on it. Keep them together with the other square ones. Every player now has everything they need. Look at your own player mat again. Here, to be precise. The red, blue and yellow. Mine says red 1, blue 1 and yellow 4. That means I put 1 red cube on red, 1 blue cube on blue, and 4 yellow cubes on yellow. Every player also does this, but then according to what the number says on their own player mat. For the purple space up here, mine says 0, so I get none of these purple squares to put up here, but maybe your player mat does. And now comes the moment where you have to make an important decision as a group. Do you want to play this game the regular way? That's where you play the game with every round there's a countdown involved. Or do you want to play the game in an alternative manner where you don't need to worry about a clock counting down? Usually the relaxed way to play the game is the better way if you're playing it for the first time. In that case, you take out this time board and this gray hourglass token that can go on the top space of this little time board. But if you do choose to play the game the regular way, you won't need this board at all. You take out the real hourglasses. The black one goes here on the top black space. The green hourglass goes on the top green space here. And the purple hourglass goes on the top purple space here. You have 3 little purple hourglass tokens. They can go on those 3 other purple spaces under the hourglass. Whichever way you play the game, you finish the setup by taking your big worker, starting with the first player, based on this player order here. Everyone places their big worker on one of the bottom row spaces. You can see each section has a top row and a bottom row. The workers should be placed on a bottom row. You can choose where. Anywhere is allowed. And then you do that one more time, starting with the first player, with everyone placing their small worker. But in this case you have to keep this in mind. Here in this black area there is no limit to how many workers there can be in one space. But in the green area and the purple area there can only be one worker per space. If there's already another worker there, you can't put the smaller one in the same space. But you're finally done. This is how you set up Pendulum. In my tutorial I'm going to explain it mostly for how to play the regular game where you do use the hourglasses. Still, the rulebook keeps repeating that it should be a fun game and not a stressed game. Even with the hourglasses, you should relax and definitely allow yourself to make mistakes. So, if you want to know what this is all about, follow me to the tutorial. Thank you for watching, feel free to leave a comment, and see you for the next one.